fantasy, fantasy, madmen, fantasy, fantasy, madmen, fantasy, fantasy, madmen, fantasy football infotainment, fantasy, fantasy, madmen, fantasy, fantasy, madmen, fantasy, fantasy, madmen, fantasy football infotainment. Fantasy football infotainment. Fantasy madmen.
Hi, my name is Chris Hios.
I'm Magish Fruzy.
And we are the
Fantasy Madmen.
Week 11's in the books.
It's a wrap, people.
Let's get right into it with the weekly rundown.
So who is your SOTW? Oh, for those that don't know, that's the star of the week.
Big Ben Hajjadada Roethlisberger, quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 367 yards, 4 touchdowns at home against the Detroit Lions.
Jackpot.
Antonio Brown and Jericho Cotchery have been playing great football, and Pittsburgh's offense is starting to click.
Jackpot.
Now, who's your star of the week?
My star of the week was Bobby Rainey, Tampa Bay running back. He had 163 yards, 2 touchdowns, and even caught one receiving. Now, Mr. Rainey exploded like Bobby Boucher.
The foosball is the devil, Bobby.
Now, you have to have been crazy here, Abdullah Al-Bengala, if you ain't picked up this guy already. He's a good player on a bad team. Now, that means more touches, more touches.
Mo touches.
Which equals fantasy jackpot. Fantasy jackpot. So who impressed you this week?
Calvin Johnson.
Again?
Yes, Megatron again. 6 catches for 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't know how teams are letting this guy get so wide open.
Letting him?
Well, maybe they're not letting him. This guy is an unstoppable pass-catching machine who's turning Matt Stafford into a surefire future Hall of Famer. Shame on any impatient fantasy owners that traded him early on in the season. Now, who else impressed you?
Carlson. Can I play the Jaguars every week, Palmer? Quarterback, Arizona. Oh, my God. 419 yards, 2 touchdowns. But slow down, people. Since 2010, CP's only thrown one 400-yard game a year. It's just what he does. He hit one against the Falcons, the Chargers, then I think Tampa and Jacksonville. So please don't get too happy like you found some money when you're washing your clothes. So please, leave him on the waiver wire. That's where he belongs. Trust me. So who disappointed you this week, Chris?
Reggie Not-So-Big-Game Bush. He had 2 catches, 54 total yards, and 1 fumble. Watch out, Reggie. You just got outplayed by Joique Bell.
Reggie Bush owners are getting a little worried.
I think he'll be all right going forward, but don't expect him to carry your team. Now, who disappointed you this week?
C.J. Spiller. C.J. Spiller. Running back, Buffalo. 6 yards. Damn. 6 yards on 13 carries. 6 yards, bro? Come on, man. I know I'm not spilling the beans with this, but you suck. I don't know any other way to say it. You are flaming hot garbage. You were a top 10 pick in the draft, top 5 running back before the draft. And now you're currently ranked 33 after week 11. You do know there's only 32 teams in the league, right?
Last time I checked.
That means someone's backup is outproducing them. So disappointing.
And that's a weekly rundown
For week 11. Tell them why you're mad, son. Tell them why you're mad. What you mad at? Now, this is a segment where we take a look back at the week and tell you what we're mad at. So what you mad at in week 11, Chris?
I'm mad at playmakers that are turning out to be play fakers.
Hello.
C.J. Spiller, Trent Richardson, Hakeem Nicks.
Big names turned out to be big lames.
And they're getting outplayed by guys that are lower on the depth chart, like a Fred Jackson, Donald Brown, Ruben Randall. From here on out, I propose everyone to refer to these guys as play fakers until they prove different. That's what I'm mad at. What are you mad at this week?
I'm mad at the amount of injuries. It's become hard to even put out a decent team each week. There's an injury every play. It seems like it happens to key players right before
They score a touchdown?
Yes.
Like No Sean Moreno on Sunday night?
Exactly. Are the players playing fantasy football and point shaving because they're going head-to-head against someone? Do I smell a conspiracy?
Conspiracy.
Do I smell conspiracy? Just saying. I'm just saying. And that's what I'm mad at week 11.
Now these are the Fantasy Madmen rapid-fire waiver wire pickups for week 12.
Rapid fire.
I'm going to start it right off. I'm going to go with Donald Brown,
The Donald.
running back, Indianapolis Colts. Had 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's by far outproducing Trent Richardson. And the coach said he's going to ride with the hot hands, so expect this trend to continue. Bye-bye, Trent. If you ain't got him, get him.
I'm going to go with Big Ben Roethlisberger, quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh.
Pittsburgh's offense is finally shaping up, and Big Ben's available in a ton of leagues.
Shoot, if you ain't got him, get him. Hello, I'm going to go with Rob Streeter, Oakland Raiders wide receiver. Has 6 catches, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
Roddy Rod.
He serves as a possession receiver for the new quarterback, so expect a lot of targets. Hey, if you ain't got him, get him, bro.
I'm going to go with Kobe Fleener, tight end for the Indianapolis Colts. With Reggie Wayne out, Andrew Luck is targeting this guy much more consistently.
Bro, if you ain't got him, get him. I'm going to go with Marquise Goodwin, Buffalo wide receiver. He has 6 catches, 81 yards, and a touchdown. He is by far the fastest man on that team. And his type of speed, not yours, demands a lot of targets. If you ain't got him, get him. Because if you don't, I will.
Those are the Fantasy Madmen rapid fire waiver wire pickups for Week 12.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Now these are the Fantasy Madmen
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
starts for Week 12. I'm going to start off with Colin Kaepernick,
Ooh.
quarterback for the 49ers. Cap has been inconsistent this season,
True.
but has a great matchup against one of the worst defenses in the league, the Washington Redskins.
Hello.
Start him.
I'm going to go with Kobe Fleener, tight end, Indianapolis Colts versus Arizona. Now, Kobe's coming off his first 100-yard receiving game of the season, and he's primed to finish the year strong. With the definite weakness and absence of quality wide receivers on the Colts, expect Andrew Luck to rely on his college teammate for the rest of the year.
Start him. I'm going to go with Tom Brady, quarterback for the New England Patriots. TB12 hasn't been an every week starter, but with Amendola, Gronkowski, and Shane Vereen back, he's poised to put up big fantasy stats against Denver. Start him.
Well, I'm going to run with Hakeem Nicks, wide receiver, New York Giants, first to Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys are giving up the 11th most fantasy points to opposing wide receivers. And let's keep it real. Hakeem Nicks hasn't looked like a true number 2 since week 1 when he played against Dallas. So I expect that trend to continue.
Start him. Start him. And those are the Fantasy Madmen
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
starts for Week 12.
Now that's a segment where we look back at the week that just passed and try to figure out what we learned. So what did you learn in week 11, Chris?
I learned that Peyton Manning gets rid of the football faster than any quarterback in the league.
Hello.
The Kansas City Chiefs defense lead the league in sacks, and they couldn't even get one on Sunday night.
Goose egg.
That's why I benched the Chiefs defense this week versus the Broncos, and I also plan on doing so Week 13.
Smart man.
Now, what'd you learn this week?
See, I've learned that trades can swing the balance of power in your fantasy. Now, if you have one player who's hot for the moment and you're strong at that position, don't be afraid to move him and strengthen the weakest position on your roster.
The trade deadline's coming up, so start planning for the playoffs.
Balanced scoring is more important than ever with this influx of injuries. So don't fall in love with a player. Instead, fall in love with your team. Players get commercials, but teams,
Teams win championships.
that's what we learned in week 11.
It's my show.
That's actually pretty funny. That works, yeah, I like that. They didn't fear Kansas City's offense, but they feared the coach.
Yeah.
Because P.Y. Hilton abused their secondary.
Whoever was covering.
Yeah, he had like 3 touchdowns a game. There's nothing they could do, and they knew it. So then Peyton was forcing it because he was like, because if they get the ball back, they're just going to drive
score.
down.
Yeah.
So now I gotta take chances. I gotta make some throws I normally wouldn't.
Nah,